Jai Jagannath. Friends, this is Vasudev Panda. Welcome to Master of English. ପିଲେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ହେଉଛି ପୋଏମ୍ର କବିତା ଆମର ଯେତିକ ରହିଛି ଯେହେତୁ ଏଇଟା ଆର୍ଟ୍ସ ସାଇନ୍ସ ଆଉ କମର୍ସ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଏଠି ଆମେ ସବୁ କବିତା ଆମର ଯେଉଁ ଅଛି ପାଖାପାଖି 10ଟି 5ଟି କବିତାର 5ଟା ପୋଏମ୍ର 10ଟା ପ୍ୟାସେଜ୍ ଆଲୋଚନା କରିବା ପାଖାପାଖି 10ଟା କହିଲେ 50ଟା ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ତ ଯେଉଁମାନେ ଜଏନ୍ କରୁଛେ ଫଟାଫଟ ସେୟାର କରିଦେବା ସାଙ୍ଗମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ଯାହାଫଳରେ ସାଙ୍ଗମାନେ ବି କ'ଣ ଉତ୍ତର ରଖିବେ ନିଜର ଆଉ ସାଙ୍ଗମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ କ୍ଲାସ୍ କଲେ ସବୁବେଳେ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ କହେ ଆମର ମାନେ ଭିତରେ କମ୍ପିଟେଟିଭନେସ୍ଟା କ୍ରିଏଟ୍ ହୁଏ ସିଏ କେତେ ପଢ଼ିଛି ମୁଁ କେତେ ପଢ଼ିଛି ମୋର କେଉଁଟା ବାକି ରହିଲା ମୁଁ କେଉଁ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ କରିପାରୁଛି ମାନେ କରିପାରୁନି ସେଟା ଜଣାପଡ଼େ ତ ସେସନ୍ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିବା ପିଲେ ହେଲା ଆଉ ୟା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଡିକ୍ସନାରୀ ସ୍କେଲ୍ର ସେସନ୍ଟା ଡ୍ୟୁ ଟୁ ସମ୍ ଟେକ୍ନିକାଲ୍ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ୍ ଲାଗି ସେଟା ରହିଗଲା ଦେଖିବା ଆସନ୍ତା କାଲି ସ୍ପେଶାଲି ସାଇନ୍ସ ପିଲାଙ୍କର ସେ ମାନେ ସିଲେକ୍ସନ୍ ଉପରେ ବି କଥା ହେବା ହଁ ତା ଉପରେ ଅଲରେଡ଼ି ଦ ୱାର୍କ ଇଜ୍ ଇନ୍ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରେସ୍ ସିଲେକ୍ସନ୍ ଦିଆହେଇଛି ବାବୁ ସୁମି ମନ୍ନା ସିଲେକ୍ସନ୍ ଦିଆହେଇଛି ତାପରେ ବି ତୁମେ ମାନେ ସିଲେକ୍ସନ୍ କହିବ କେମିତି ଇଂଲିଶ ସିଲେକ୍ସନ୍ ମୋର 20,000 ଭିୟୁ ପ୍ଲସ୍ ଗଲାଣି ତାପରେ ବି ତୁମେ କହୁଛ ସିଲେକ୍ସନ୍ କଥା ତାପରେ ଯିବା ଫର୍ଷ୍ଟ ପୋଏମ୍ ଅଛି ଡ୍ୟାଫୋଡିଲ୍ ପ୍ରଥମ କବିତା হ্যাঁ ড্যাফোডিল প্রথম কবিতা কোণ ড্যাফোডিল গুড ইভিনিং বড় বিশ্বজিৎ গুড ইভিনিং ডিলাইটফুল ক্যাটফিশ গড ব্লেস ইউ বেটা পরীক্ষা নিশ্চিত ভাবে ভালো হব আমার সমস্তর কিং দিব্য জয় শ্রীরাম গুড ইভিনিং টুইঙ্কল লিপসা গুড ইভিনিং তো क्वेश्चन देखिया नहीं बिले 100 आसला एमआईएल डिलाइटफुल ओके इंग्लिश भी भगवान करमतु से भाया आसु बिले बढ़िया पूजा बढ़िया कंग्राचुलेसन बेटा साइंस रो अच्छा जगह गुड इवनिंग तो बिले फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखिबा व्हाट इज द सिमिलरिटी बिटवीन द स्टार्स एंड द डैफोडिल्स ये होची प्रथम प्रश्न तापर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची वेयर डिड द पोएट सी द डैफोडिल्स तापर क्वेश्चन रहिला व्हाट इंपैक्ट डिड द डांसिंग डैफोडिल्स हैव ऑन द पोएट तापर रहिला कोन इन सच जोकंड कंपनी व्हाट कंस्टिट्यूट द जोकंड कंपनी तापर रहिला दे फ्लैश अपन द इनवर्ड आई व्हाट डज इनवर्ड आई इंप्लाई ये रहिला क्वेश्चन पिले प्रथम प्रश्न कोन व्हाट इज द सिमिलरिटी बिटवीन द स्टार्स एंड द डैफोडिल्स सिमिलरिटी कोन थिला पिले beneath the trees and beside the lake सेटा तो where were the daffodils कोठी थिले नहीं तो what is the similarity between the stars and the daffodils star और daffodil भीतर similarity कोण थिला तीनटा कीवर्ड अछि गोटे होची at the stars trace in on unending line the daffodils are so trace at the stars twinkle the daffodils were also twinkling and the innumerable number तीनटा होची comparison एक है इन्यूमरल नंबर एम संख्या अधिक से संख्या अधिक दुईटा एम भी ट्विंकल करुले से भी ट्विंकल करुले मन रखा ये जिन सब आ गोटे एम भी माने लंबी जाइए पूरा गोटे माने अछिंडा रेखा भाया से भी से भाया लंबी जाइए ये कंपेरिजन नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन हूँ क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 वेयर डिड द पोएट सी द डैफोडिल्स वेयर डिड द पोएट सी द डैफोडिल्स हाँ where did the poet see the daffodils कोड देखले the poet saw the daffodils beside the lake and beneath the trees मो से उत्तरटा कहली what is the similarity between the stars and daffodils where at the stars that shines in the Milky Way the daffodils were also twinkling on the margin of a bay at the stars traced in a never-ending line, the daffodils were also traced in a never-ending line, and as they were twinkling, the daffodils were also twinkling. Where did the poet see the daffodils? The poet saw the daffodils. Question one. The poet saw the daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees. ତାପରେ what impact did the dancing daffodils have on the poet? dancing daffodils ଯୋଉମାନେ ଥିଲେ, ଯୋଉମାନେ ସେ ଯୋଉ ନାଚ କରୁଥିଲେ, ତାଙ୍କର ଇମ୍ପାକ୍ଟ କ'ଣ ପଡ଼ିଥିଲା? হ্যাঁ, ତାର ଇମ୍ପାକ୍ଟ କ'ଣ ଥିଲା ବୋଲି କୁହାଯାଇଛି। So when the poet remembers the sight of the daffodils, he immediately discovers himself in the midst of the charming golden daffodils. ତ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବି ତାଙ୍କ କଥା ମନେ ପଡ଼େ, he found himself in the midst of the charming golden daffodils flowers dancing in the cool breeze. His heart fills with joy. His heart fills with joy, and he goes on dancing with the dancing movement of the attractive flowers. Next question देखिबा। next question होची, in such a jocund company what constituted the jocund company? एठी jocund company बोली काहा को कहा जाय छी, किए constitute करूची? So jocund company refers to merry company. First of all, jocund company refers to merry company or enjoyable company or association of nature. Association of nature, merry company, or enjoyable company. You can say, you can write any one of them. Yes or no? The waves of the lake and the golden daffodils dancing gleefully, producing a pleasant sight, constitute the jocund company. So कौन लिखा हुआ? The waves of the lake and the golden daffodils dancing gleefully, okay, producing a pleasant sight, constitute the what? jocund company. बुझेला? Next question होची, they flash upon that inward eye. What does inward eye imply? What does inward eye? Inward eye कहले कौन? एटी जो लिखा है, they flash upon the inward eye. What does inward eye imply? Inward eye imply कहले कौन कहगला? So here inward eye implies the spiritual insight or mind's eye. Spiritual insight or mind's eye. बुझियोछि? स्पिरिचुअल इनसाइट मनीष माने जो आध्यात्मिक आखि गोटे आध्यात्मिक भावना को एठी प्रदर्शित करूछि। सो हियर माइंड्स आई इम्प्लाई द स्पिरिचुअल इनसाइट ऑफ माइंड्स आई। इफ वी कंटेम्पलेट एनीथिंग इन आवर माइंड्स आई, वी कैन गेट अ क्लियर कट आइडिया ऑफ इवन इन देयर ऑप्शंस। जदि कोनोसी जिंस को आबे हमर मस्तिष्कर आखिरे देखिबा, ताकू भलसे अनुभव करि परिबा, ताहाले से जिंसटा आमर जिते बेले चाहिबा ताकू आमे चिंता करिकी देखि परिबा। ये थिला क्वेश्चन बिले, बुझेला? तापर जीवा आमे नेक्स्ट पैसेज को। नेक्स्ट पैसेज अछि कोन बिले? Where are the poets wondering and how? हाँ, सिंपल क्वेश्चन हो। 2015 गोटे पैसेज, 2015 गोटे पैसेजटा कौन? What did the poet see a host of golden daffodils? What were the daffodils doing when the poet saw them? What are the poet compare the daffodils with? What is the similarity? एटा तो हमें already discussion करिछे। Which of the two dance most sprightly, the waves and the daffodils? How did the show of the jocund company affect the poet? तो एतुर तीनटा प्रश्न मन होची। प्रश्न नंबर 1 होची, what were the daffodils doing when the poet saw them? What were the daffodils doing when the poet saw them? The daffodils were fluttering and dancing in the breeze. The daffodils were fluttering and dancing in the breeze when the poet saw them. Nahi. Next question kono? Next question thila, which of the two danced more sprightly, the waves or the daffodils? The daffodils dance more sprightly than the wave. The daffodils dance more sprightly than the wave. I would a question through naba seta hochi nai jode question ekatila. Next question naichi pile, how does the poet describe the large number of daffodils? How does the poet describe the large number of daffodils? The large number of daffodils were continuous. They were fluttering and dancing in the breeze. The large number of daffodils were continuous. They were fluttering and dancing in the breeze. एठी आउ गोटे क्वेश्चन रहिला। क्वेश्चन टा होची कोन पिले, which expression describe the loneliness of the poet? Which expression describe the loneliness of the poet? The line I wonder lonely, आमे लिखिबा, the line I wondered lonely suggests the loneliness of the poet. Getting me? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आम देखा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कौन अच्छी हाउ डज द पोएट कंपेयर हिमसेल्फ विथ द क्लाउड कोटा को क्वेश्चन टा को क्वेश्चन टा DCHS को क्वेश्चन टा को क्वेश्चन बुझीगलानी को क्वेश्चन बुझे DCHS नेचर को क्वेश्चन बुझीगला नहीं केते नंबर क्वेश्चन कोटा क्वेश्चन कौन दिला लोनली क्लाउड वाला क्वेश्चन को क्वेश्चन प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन कहले हाउ डज द पोएट डिस्क्राइब द लार्ज नंबर ऑफ डैफोडिल्स एटा हाउ डज द पोएट डिस्क्राइब द लार्ज नंबर ऑफ डैफोडिल्स इज दिस द क्वेश्चन the large number of daffodils were continuous the large number of daffodils were continuous getting me and according to the poet at once he had seen 10,000 daffodils it may be an exaggeration but the poet had explained in a manner that he had seen 10,000 daffodils at once. Next question देखिबा next question होची कौन पिले how does the poet compare himself with the cloud how does the poet compare himself with the cloud ये होची question. So just like a solitary cloud that makes crystals movement high over the valleys and hills, just like the solitary cloud, solitary kale alone, man rakhiba. Just like the solitary cloud that makes crystals movement high over the valleys and hills without having any specific aim. Without having any specific aim. कौन है पिले एठी? Similarly, the poet was moving aimlessly. Okay. Next question देखिबा. Next question होची what does the poet compare the daffodils with? The poet has compared the daffodils with the stars. What does the poet compare the daffodils with? The poet has compared the daffodils with the stars. Next question को जीवा. Next question होची what does the expression inward eye mean? Inward eye कहले कौन? What does the expression inward eye mean पिले? नहीं ताले here inward eye means spiritual insight or mind's eye. ये ऊपर भी मैं कही सालेनी already. The inward eye means spiritual insight or mind's eye. Getting me? Spiritual insight or mind's eye. तो ये थिला पाखापाखि 10 रु 15 क्वेश्चन पिले आम नेक्स्ट जीवा आम चैप्टर हूँ द बैलेड ऑफ फादर गिलिगन द बैलेड ऑफ फादर गिलिगन फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन अच्छी व्हाई वाज पीटर गिलिगन वरी व्हाई वाज पीटर गिलिगन वरी सेकंड क्वेश्चन हूँ व्हाट डू द पोएट से अबाउट द ओल्ड फादर्स फ्लॉक्स तांगर फ्लॉक्स विषय कौन कहते थर्ड क्वेश्चन हूँ व्हाई वाज द फादर अपसेट फादर कहीं अपसेट थे फोर्थ क्वेश्चन होची व्हाट डिड द ओल्ड प्रीस्ट कंप्लेन ऑफ से ओल्ड प्रीस्ट कौन कंप्लेन करथिले एंड क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 होची व्हाई डिड पीटर बेग गॉड्स फॉरगिवनेस भगवान को से काई की क्षमा मागी चंते ये होची क्वेश्चन पले तो प्रथम प्रश्न थिला व्हाई वाज पीटर गिलिगन वरी काई की पीटर गिलिगन वरी काई की बिकॉज़ ही हैड ड्यू टू दैट पर्सन हु complain at last night Aishman तो क्वेश्चन होची Peter Gilligan was worried because half his flocks are on their beds or under green short sleigh जदि बहिरु लेखुच जदि पैसेज भितरु लेखुच ए भलिया लिखिबा मन रख पैसेज भितरु लेखिले Peter Gilligan was worried because half of his flocks were in their beds or under green short sleigh सिंपल एमती लिखिले हे जीवो दुई नंबर भल पिला केमते लिखिबे निज भाषा केमते लिखिबा पीटर गिलिगन वाज वरी बिकॉज ही हैड नो रेस्ट नॉर जॉय नॉर पीस द रीजन वाज people of his parish were die and die. The reason was people of his parish were die and die. Next question, Hala. What do the poets say about the old father's flocks? According to the poet, half of the flocks of the father were under green shade and half of the people were in bed. ବୁଝିହେଲା? Next question ଯିବା. Next question ହେଉଛି, why was the father upset? Why was the father upset? One evening, while the father was nodding in a chair, just taking rest, one evening when he was just taking rest at the time, one poor man sent for him and began to grieve. And after listening the complaint of the poor man, or grievance of the poor man, he became upset. Because it was hard for him to join the funeral of that particular person due to lapse in duty. Next question ହେଉଛି କ'ଣ ପିଲେ, what did the old priest complain of? What did the old priest complain of? କ'ଣ complain କଲେ? The old priest complained God that he had no rest, nor joy, nor peace, because people die and die. Next question ହେଉଛି, why did Peter beg God forgiveness? Why did Peter beg God's forgiveness? କାହିଁକି ଭଗବାନଙ୍କ ଠାରୁ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ମାନେ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କଲେ କ୍ଷମା ମାଗିଲେ? Peter begs God forgiveness because he was unable to attain his duty. And as a spiritual person, he thought that he had done a sin before God. That's why he begged the kindness of God, mercy of God. Next question देखिबा. What does the poet mean by he rode now as he never rode? Question number 2. What was the expression Father come again imply? Question number 3. Why did Peter Gilligan sway in grief? Question number 4. What made Father Gilligan kneel and pray? Question number 5. Who does the list of things refers to? ये होची क्वेश्चन. तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन करो, what does the poet mean by he rode now as he never rode? यार अर्थ कौन? He rode as he never rode. यार अर्थ कौन? से एमती चलाउथिले जे से केबे भी चलै नथिले पिले. नहीं पिला देखो, मु तुमको बारंबार कहूची एई भितरे अननेसेसरी जिंस करो नाही. तुम जदि चैनल सहित जोड़ी आइछो ताहले मु जानि कि मु केतेबेले काहाकू को चैप्टर पढाइबी. बुझिला? मु काहाकू केतेबेले को चैप्टर निश्चित भाव में तुम सबू जिनस कंप्लीट न कला पर्यंत मु रेस्ट नेबी ना. बुझिला? आउ यार एग्जांपल मु आगु तुमको देखै सारिछि. गोटे दिन 10टा लाइव सेशन करके मु एमआईएल ओडिया एमसीक्यू सारी देले बेले. बुझिला? तो तेणु से बाबद क्वेश्चन करिवार किछ नै. ये पोएम रो आमे डिस्कशन करछे. पोएम सरला परे प्रोज करिवा, प्रोज सरला परे स्टोरी करिवा. टोटल जिनस हबो चैनल सहित थाओ माने कोथरे ग्रुप रे थाओ. आउ यही भाया क्वेश्चन क्लास भितर मत अजथा कौन जिन पचार मु कहार कमेंट रेस्पॉन्स करी ना. जो मैंने रही अच्छी रुहतु, जो मैंने अनसब्सक्राइब करेंगे जीवार अच्छी जातु. सिंपल कथा. सो क्वेश्चन कौन थी? व्हाट डज द पोएट मीन बाय ही रोड नाउ एज ही नेवर रोड? व्हाट डज द पोएट मीन बाय ही रोड नाउ एज ही नेवर रोड? तो ये कौन सी पिले? फादर गिलिगन फेल्ट हिमसेल्फ गिल्टी फॉर नॉट अटेनिंग द सिक मैन एट हिज 11th आवर. प्रथम तो से निजी को दोषी भाविले. कहीं कारण से लोक को माने ये करि पारु नथिले, ता पाखरे अटेंड करि पारु नथिले. ही थॉट दैट द सिक मैन माइट हैव डाइड. आ से भाबुथिले जे से लोकटी कोन मरि जाइथिबो, माइट हैव डाइड, इन ऑर्डर टू ascertain his thinking. आ तांकर ए जो भावना थिला तांका भितरे, से भावना को फिक्स करने जानापी एक्चुअली है कौन है. सो कौन है पिले? ही रोड एट ए टेरिफिक स्पीड रिस्किंग हिज लाइफ एंड विदाउट कैरिंग द बैरियर्स. इट वाज द फास्टेस्ट राइड ऑफ हिज लाइफ. गेमर्स बॉय, यस, इट वाज द फास्टेस्ट राइड ऑफ हिज लाइफ. नेक्स्ट देखिए पिले. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची, व्हाई डिड पीटर गिलिगन स्वे इन ग्रीफ? Why did Peter Gilligan sway in grief? कौन अच्छी क्वेश्चन है कहीं दुख रे एपट सेपट होते पे से स्वेन ग्रीप माने एपट सेपट कहीं होते पीटर गिलिगन केम टू नो व्हेन पीटर गिलिगन केम टू नो अबाउट द डेथ ऑफ हिज पैरिशनर जब जाना पाइले से लोकटा मरी जाइए डेथ ऑफ हिज पैरिशनर फ्रॉम हिज वाइफ ता स्त्री ठार से लोकटार कौन पिले आई नो वाइफ होल्डिंग हिमसेल्फ रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द डेथ से निजुक दोषी मन करुले बुझेगा से निजुक दोषी मन करुले पिले show himself responsible for the death of the sick man. He sweat to and fro. He sweat to and fro. The tension रे एपट सपट से होतिले. Next question देखिवा question number 4. What made Father Gilligan kneel and pray? What made Father Gilligan kneel and pray? Father Gilligan माने अंठू माडी करी प्रार्थना कले काहे की? What made Father Gilligan kneel and pray? So the women, when the women intimated Father Gilligan that it was because of his prayer her husband closed his eyes for good peacefully. When the lady intimated Peter Gilligan, जब intimate करी that's because you had prayed for it. That's why you died peacefully like a bird. So he perceived the hands of divine being and the eyes of Father was bended. This made him kneel and pray. After listening the words of the wife, ये शब्द शुणिकी जो से कही आप आसिले आप प्रार्थना कले आप प्रार्थना कला से लोक कही मरी शांति मरी ये कथा शुणिला पीटर गिलिगन कौन कर टेंशन हो मो भाया गोटे छोटिया मनीष भगवान कौन दूत पठाई लास्ट क्वेश्चन अच्छे what made Father Gilligan kneel and pray? Who does the list of things refers to? Who does the list of things refers to? एटी छोटो छोटो जिनस बोली का कुआ जाइछि छोटो छोटो जिनस बोली का कुआ जाइछि the list things refers to Peter Gilligan. Simple. The list of things refer to himself, the author, the Peter Gilligan, the hero of the poem. Next question देखिबा. Next आमर चैप्टर अछि कोन पिले What was Father Gilligan like? Why did Peter Gilligan nod on the chair one evening? What do you mean by moth hour? Why did Father grieve? What do you mean by half his flocks in the तीनटा क्वेश्चन मुनेबी. What was Father Gilligan like? Why did Peter Gilligan nod on the chair one evening? And what do you mean by moth hour? ये तीनटा बुझला. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची व्हाट वाज फादर गिलिगन लाइक. फादर गिलिगन ए ट्रू लवर ऑफ मैनकाइंड. यस और नो. एंड अ वर्दी डिवोटी ऑफ द क्रिएटर. भगवान को जड़े भक्त. वाज द एपिटोम ऑफ लव सिंपैथी एंड सिंसियरिटी. वाज द एपिटोम कॉल एग्जांपल लव सिंपैथी एंड सिंसियरिटी. एंड ही वाज अ रिलीजियस पर्सन. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. व्हाई डिड पीटर गिलिगन नॉट ऑन द चेयर वन इवनिंग. काहे की सेवे रेस्ट नउतरे. Serving the sick and offering prayer for the dead without rest made Peter Gilligan completely tired and exhausted. कौन कल हैला पिले. Serving the sick माने रुग्ण लोक मानन को सेवा करिबा and offering prayer for the dead एवं मृत्यु लोक मानन को पई प्रार्थना करिबा without rest बिना विश्राम रे made Peter Gilligan completely tired and exhausted. से पूरा क्लांत श्रांत हे गेले. Yes or no? One evening after day's hard work, he was so worried that he nodded on the chair. गोटे दिन बहुत व्यस्त होगी बहुत टाइड होगी से रेस्ट होते पिले. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखिबा. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कोन पिले. वीडियो अटकट की जाउची एसआर किंग पिले वीडियो रिगार्डिंग किछि प्रॉब्लम अछि. इज देयर एनी प्रॉब्लम. जदि प्रॉब्लम अछि ए दुईटा रे बंद करिके नेक्स्ट आउट रे स्टार्ट करिबा को. Is there any problem regarding the no okay no okay very good. So what do you mean by month hour? Next question होची what do you mean by month hour? month hour कहले कोन बुझ. जदि प्रॉब्लम हेले पिले कोनोसी भी प्रॉब्लम जदि हुए मते कहइबो सेठी क्लास बंद करिकि नुवा करी क्लास स्टार्ट करबा. ओके जथरे माने गला क्लास सेमती हे गेला. So what do you mean by month hour? Month hour कहले कौन बुझुछ तमे. month hour evening time. Very good. This is just na month hour stand for evening time. Okay. So कौन कहवा मत आवर इज द टाइम जस्ट बिफोर द डार्कनेस प्रिवेल्स जस्ट बिफोर द darkness prevails all over in the evening as well as the time before the night breaks ସକାଳ ମାନେ ଡାନ୍ ଏକ ହେଉଛି ଡାନ୍ and evening these two times are considered as moth hour because at this time the moth came out of their nest. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन को जीवा पिले नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन हमर आउची ए सेम ऑफ लाइफ रो नेक्स्ट पैसेज आउची हला नेक्स्ट पैसेज आउची सेम ऑफ लाइफ रो प्रथम प्रश्न होची कोन पिले जीवा पैसेज को व्हाट इज द व्यू ऑफ लॉन्ग फेलो ऑन द सोल आत्मा ऊपर लॉन्ग फेलोंकर व्यू कोन क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 लाइफ इज एन एम्प्टी ड्रीम व्हाट फिगर ऑफ स्पीच इज यूज्ड हियर. Question number 3, which line means death is not the ultimate end of life? Question number 4, where are the stanza been taken from and who has composed the poem? Question number 5, what do you mean by the expression is our destined end of way? These are questions. Auraila, does the title suggest what the poem is about? Then, how are the poet advise the readers? Question number 3, what do we mean by the expression life is real, life is earnest? What is the poet view on life? Dot the art writtenest explain. This is the question that we discussed here. A 10 प्रश्न हमें डिस्कशन करिबा पले. So what is the view of Longfellow on the soul? ये होची प्रथम प्रश्न आत्मा ऊपर तंकर व्यू कोन थिले पले. So SW Longfellow views that the human body that is subjected to perish is formed of 5 elements such as air, water, fire, sky and dust. Mother Earth mingles the dead body, the soul is immortal, which has no birth, no death. Simply jodi kahiba, according to William Wordsworth, the soul is immortal. Soul is immortal. Atma omoro, atma moranai boli se kahichante. The soul is immortal. Next question hochi, which line means death is not the ultimate end of life? Nahi, death is not the ultimate end of life. Life is real, life is earnest, grave is not its goal. Dust though art and dust though returnest was not spoken about the soul. This is the line. This is the line that suggests. Question number 3. Which line means I'm already question number 3 ro answer mu koi deli. Question number 2 life is an empty dream. What figure of speech is used here? It is co figure of speech used kara hai chepile. So life is an empty dream. What figure of speech is used here? Question. The figure of speech used by Longfellow in the line is life is an empty dream is a metaphor. It is a metaphor. Metaphor ko kono olankar. Question number 4. Where are the stanza been taken from? Who has composed the poem? Is stanza सब कोटो नहीं आईची कभी की एटा के लिखी चंदे. The stanza has been taken from the poem A Psalm of Life. And Henry Wordsworth Longfellow, an illustrious American poet, has composed it. Next question rahila, what do we mean by the expression is our destined end or way? Is our destined end or way कहले तमे कोण बुझुछ पिले. SW Longfellow has clearly stated that joy and sorrow is not the goal of life. Joy and sorrow is not the goal of life. जीवन रो लक्ष्य नुहे कोण केवल आनंद नुहे केवल सुख नुहे. He has instructed the readers to act according to their potentiality in such a manner that we can add a new leaf to our success. So the poet has advised all the people in the world to act according to their potentiality. निज भीतर थिबा पोटेंशियल अनुसार काम करबा पई कवि समस्त को उपदेश देइचोंते पिले. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखिबा. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कोन, डज द टाइटल सजेस्ट व्हाट द पोएम इज अबाउट? Does the title suggest what the poem is about? ये जो कविता जो टाइटल दिया छी एटा सजेस्ट करू छी कि the title of the poem suggests that it is about life. टाइटल को करू छी it is what problem? Is there any problem? So the title of the poem suggests that it is about life. The poet S.W. Longfellow has made an all-round effort to present life in a clear-cut manner. Present life in a clear-cut manner. Sound problem again started. No, okay. Next question rila, how had the poet advised the reader? How had the poet advised the reader? कवि माने पाठक मानकु कौन एडवाइस करचंत बोले. So he has stressed upon, the poet has stressed upon, is saying that life is real and life is earnest for the optimist. On the other hand, the pessimists accept the negative side. Optimist manka pai life ta hochi real, life ta earnest. Okay, whereas negative side लोक manka pai कोन पिले pessimists accept the negative thing in life. Negative जिंस को accept करंती negative लोक माने. परवर्ती प्रश्न देखिबा. परवर्ती प्रश्न होची, what do you mean by the expression life is real, life is earnest? Life is real, life is earnest. So question number केते थिला पिले? Question number 3 थिला, 3 number. So being an optimist by nature, S.W. Longfellow views that life is real and life is practical. Life is real according to Longfellow, life is real and life is practical. जीवनटा कोन? जीवनटा real, जीवनटा होची practical. In order to survive on the surface of the world, one has to carry on one's work. And if anybody wants to survive on this earth, then he has to carry his work. ताकू तार काम carry करिबा पे पड़िबो पिले. Next question देखिबा. You know, what is the poet's view on life? जीवन उपरे कविंकर धारणा कोन? According to, you know, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, life is real. Life is full of reality. Life is full of dream. Life is not mere an empty dream. जीवनटा वास्तविकता होच जीवन. लाइफ इज फुल ऑफ रियलिटी. परवर्ती क्वेश्चन देखिबा. यू नो, डस्ट दो आर्ट टू डस्ट दो रिटर्निस्ट. या को एक्सप्लेन करो. डस्ट दो आर्ट टू डस्ट दो रिटर्निस्ट, यार अर्थ कोन? सो दिस स्टेटमेंट रिवील्स दैट ह्यूमन लाइफ इज, यू नो, ट्रांजिटरी बाय नेचर. ट्रांजिटरी माने कोन? एपटो सपटो. ट्रांजिटरी बाय नेचर. And each and everyone, despite name, fame, and reputation, is here to perish. Whatever, you know, wealthy man you are, whatever religious man you are, however, to which extent you are spiritual or religious, doesn't matter. One day you will perish. Yes or no? This is the next question. देखिबा पिले next chapter को जीवा में कोन पिले चैप्टर होची एक्चुअली टेलीविजन. चैप्टर होची टेलीविजन. टेलीविजन रो कोन? व्हाट हैड द पोएट वॉच्ड इन एवरी हाउस? फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट आर द पोएट वॉच्ड इन एवरी हाउस? क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, हाउ डू चिल्ड्रन एक्ट व्हाइल वाचिंग टीवी? क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, व्हाट इज द मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट थिंग वी हैव लर्न? क्वेश्चन नंबर 4, व्हाट इज स्टिल अ बेटर ऑप्शन? एंड क्वेश्चन नंबर 5, व्हाट डू द पोएट से अबाउट व्हाट इज शोन ऑन टीवी? दिस इज द क्वेश्चन. नहीं पुणी थे साउंड प्रॉब्लम. किसी पिला कहते साउंड प्रॉब्लम नहीं, किसी पिला कहते साउंड अच्छी कौन? ओके, एनीबडी कैन इन्फॉर्म मी इफ देयर इज एनी साउंड प्रॉब्लम. प्लीज डू इन्फॉर्म मी इफ देयर इज एनी साउंड प्रॉब्लम. इज देयर? नो आयुष. ओके, सो एवरीथिंग इज ओके. ओके, आउ दुईटा एथरु दुईटा आउ गोटे 5-7 मिनट भीतर सारिबा पिले हैं नहीं. ओके, सो क्वेश्चन थिला, व्हाट आर द पोएट वॉच्ड इन एवरी हाउस? व्हाट आर द पोएट वॉच्ड इन एवरी हाउस? प्रत्येक घरे कवि कोन वॉच करथले, कोन देखिथिले पिले? द पोएट सॉ द चिल्ड्रन इन एवरी हाउस पैशनेटली गैपिंग एट द टेलीविजन स्क्रीन. पैशनेटली गैपिंग एट द टेलीविजन स्क्रीन. पिला माने सब घरे जतळे कवि जाइछन्ती समस्त घरे टीवी सामने पिला बसछन्ती. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखिबा. हाउ डू चिल्ड्रन एक्ट? हाउ डू चिल्ड्रन एक्ट व्हाइल वाचिंग टीवी? हाउ डू चिल्ड्रन, यू नो, एक्ट व्हाइल वाचिंग टीवी? टीवी देखिला बेले पिला किभଳି कोन करंती देखंती. वॉच टेलीविजन, DCHS. यस. So while watching TV, children loll, slough and lounge about. While watching TV, children loll, slough and lounge about. Getting me? They stares until their eyes pop out. They stares until their eyes pop out. Next question देखिबा. Question number 3. What is the most important thing we have learned? What is the most important thing, you know, we have learned? सबुठार important जिनस कोन पिले? As per the poet, the most important thing we have learned that children mustn't be allowed to watch TV. Children mustn't be allowed to watch TV. This is the most important thing. एटा होचे सबुठार बड़ जिनस जे पिला मानकू टीवी देखिया पे अलाउड ही करवा कथा न. Question number 4. What is still a better option? The better option is not to install the idiotic thing. The better option is not to install an idiotic thing. That television should not be installed in any house. Question number 5. What do the poets say about what is shown on TV? TV रे जो जिनसे देखा होची ता ऊपर से कौन कहिसंते? According to the poet, TV displays shocking ghastly junk. नहीं, according to the poet, TV displays shocking ghastly junk. Next question देखवा. Where is the stanza? The most important thing we have learned so far as children are concerned is never let them your television set. तो ये क्वेश्चन थिला पहले परवर्ती एक्सट्रैक्ट देखिबा दे sit and stare and still until they are hypnotized by it is जो क्वेश्चन अछि. Why do parents let their children watch TV? Do you think TV does the role of a babysitter? What kind of program do the children watch? Why has Roald Dahl want the parents not to let the children watch TV? And another question is, what do the children do if they are permitted to watch TV? Next question कौन पहले? Next question है why do the parents in the children watch TV? So the parents know it well that TV is better means to make little children silent. To make little children silent. छुआ मान को चुप करिबार सबठारु बेस्ट माध्यम है सबठारु बेस्ट माध्यम होची कोन पिले the parents know it well that TV is better means to make the little children silent छुआ मान को चुप करिबा पे though they are aware of the harmful impact of watching television they let their children watch TV because they can do their household work से माने पिला मान को अलाउड एथि पाई करमती जे से माने निजरो काम करि परिबे पिले नहीं. Next देखिबा पिले next कोन question number 2 do you think TV does the role of a babysitter justify? Do you think TV does the role of a babysitter justify? Babysitter माने पिला जगुळे रे काम करूची कि नहीं पिले तो ये होची question. Yes, TV does the role of a babysitter. Yes, TV does the role of a babysitter because it makes them sit still without creating any sort of nuisance like kicking, punching, munching, fighting, climbing window sills, etc., etc. So it helps what the parents to do their household chores without any disturbance of the children's. That's why TV can be considered as a babysitter. Next question. Question number 3. What kind of program do the children watch? What kind of program do the children watch? को भले program से माने देखंती पिले. The children are without having any choice of program while they watch TV. Rather, they prefer to watch whatever program is telecasted on TV, whatever program it may be. Getting me? So, whatever program it may be, whatever program they watch, student doesn't, they are not hesitant to watch anything. से माने जहाँ भी हेले देखिबे. Question number 4. Why has Roald Dahl warned the parents not to let the children watch TV? काहे कि कभी काहाकू वार्न करिसंती पेरेंट्स मन को वार्न करिसंती पिला मन को अलाउड करो नाही पिला. The poet Roald Dahl is well aware of the fact how continuous watching television has harmful impact on children. That's why he had warned the parents not to let them watch television for a long time. Question number 5. What do the children do if they are permitted to watch TV? जदि पिला मन को परमिशन दिया जाए टीवी देखिबा पई ताले से मन कोन करिवे? They will watch TV until they are completely hypnotized and their brain becomes as soft as cheese. Still that time they will watch television. से समय पर्यंत से माने टीवी देखिबे नाही बिले. ये थिला दुईटा फेसेस हमर टेलीविजन रो लास्ट चैप्टर होची पिले मनी मेंटेनेंस रो दुईटा चैप्टर साथ देले हमर पाठ आज सरीबो. पूरा पोएम सेक्शन सरीबो पिले पोएम सेक्शन सरीबो तापर गोटे +3 पिलांकर नुआ ओडिशा ऊपर स्कॉलरशिप ऊपर गोटे लाइव करबा तापर लास्ट आडू तुमर आउ गोटे क्लास करबा पई मु चिंता करिछि नहले काली सकाळ पूरा कंटीन्यूअसली क्लास करबा पिले सो why does the poet say we want to have some money first question second question hochi what does the poet mean by bread shelter and fire bread shelter and fire next question kona bile what does it mean by the expression to regain our sanity question number 4 what are the two things implied in it is one thing or the other and question number 5 why does the poet repeat the word all and anybody this is the question ये थिला प्रश्न पिले तो प्रथम प्रश्न होती why does the poet say we want to have some money the poets say that they everybody wants to have some money because human needs money to eat to take rest yes or no so the money is the bone of contention it is the bare need for all human beings though money is the bone of contention सबु झगड़ार मंजी still कौन पिले bare need for all human beings it is the bare need of all human beings प्रत्येक मनुष्य को पैसा आवश्यकता था बिना पैसा रे मनुष्य अच्छा टेलीविजन रे डाउट अछि को कोन सेटा एबे तो डिस्कशन करबा नै डाउट सेक्टर ऊपर काली कथा हबा बिले हैं एबे क्लास ता सारी दबा ई क्लास मधुर इंटरवेंशन करो नै काली कथा हबा परवर्ती क्वेश्चन कोन थला पिले व्हाट डज द पोएट मीन बाय ब्रेड शेल्टर एंड फायर ब्रेड शेल्टर एंड फायर कहले कवि कोन अकॉर्डिंग टू द पोएट ब्रेड मींस द फूड शेल्टर मींस द हाउस वेयर वी लिव एंड फायर मींस व्हाट fire means the cloth that we want to wear these are the three things question number 3 what does it mean by the expression to regain our sanity stand for to change our attitude towards money nahi to change our attitudes towards money next question dekhiba question number 4 what are the two things implies it is one thing or the other this statement implies if man perceives his sheer foolishness and stops running after money. What will happen? He will live in perfect harmony and lead a peaceful life. On the other hand, if he fails to understand the harmful impact of the passion for money, he will forget his sense, grow violent, and warmly welcome his untimely death. So two things are there. First thing that we are to change our attitude towards money. We are to live peacefully or else will grow violent and will kill one another this is one thing or the other question number कौन पिले what are the two things implied हम कैसा question number 5 why does the poet repeat the words all and anybody काहे की repeat कराई the word all and anybody is repeated because the poet wanted to convey the message to every person in the world whoever is living and only if you and me will change our attitude the world will not change that's why the poet has repeated the words all and anybody I would passage देखिबा last passage टा अछि पले कोन what are we really afraid of प्रकृति में को जिंस हम डरू छे क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 व्हाट डू पीपल से अबाउट ए मैन्स वर्थ जने लोकर वैल्यू बाबद लोक कोन कहंती देन हाउ डू मनी मेड मैन ट्रीट अ मैन विदाउट मनी काहे किबली ट्रीट करमती क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 व्हाट डज ए मैन विदाउट मनी फियर पॉवर्टी और डिजर्नर बाय ईटिंग एट को जिंस क्वेश्चन कोन नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची how many times the word has been repeated the poem what does the poet mean by that so first question dila what are we really afraid of really we are not afraid of money we are afraid of the money made fellow man we are not afraid of money we are afraid of the money made fellow man question number 2 what do people say about a man's worth people say about a man's worth that has he no money then let him eat that go cold has he no money then let him eat that go cold question number 3 How do money made men treat men without money? The moneyless men are no longer in the good books of the money made men. They treated them like beggar. They treated them like beggar. Next question देखिबा पहिले. Next question कौन? Question होची 4. What does a man without money fear? Poverty or degenerate by eating it? A poor man, okay, or a man without money fear the degenerate by eating dirt. The degenerate by eating dirt. Last question. How many times the word dirt has been repeated in the poem and what does the poet mean by dirt? Dirt कहते तो repeat है ची और कहीं की को आई ची पहले. The word that has been repeated 5 times. The word that has been repeated 5 times in the poem. Pancho thoro pai repeat karaichi. And why? Here in the poem that means how a man without money suffers precariously. Precariously. Getting me? So it is a sort of curse or insult that a person has to face repeatedly for the lack of money. That means nothing, but it is what? It is a sort of curse, एक प्रकार अभिशाप curse or insult that a person has to face repeatedly for the lack of money. So that's all. Poem पूरा सारले पिले. Poem रो total जिनसो अरे बाबरा 45 minutes ହେଇଗଲା. ओके तापर प्रोज सेक्शन अच्छी स्टोरी सेक्शन अच्छी सबू सारिबा डोंट वरी सबू सरिबा किए कोनोसी किछि नै सबू पढिबा पिले हला कमिटमेंट सारिबा माने सारिबा पढिबा माने पढिबा कंप्लीट करके दोउछि मु चिंता करिवार नाही तार किछि वरी डवर नाही तो सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास बाय बाय टेक केयर जदी हबो क्लास 10 टा बेले हबो नेक्स्ट क्लास पिले जदी हबो नेक्स्ट क्लास 10 टा बेले